Good evening, everyone. Can we give it up to this African drum group one more time, please? All right, we're about to start the program very quickly because we really want to get you guys up to see the exhibit in the courtroom. So thank you so much for being here and welcome everyone. And happy International Women's Day today. There's so much to be excited and grateful for tonight. It's my first reception here at Borough Hall. As your Brooklyn Borough President. And we're honored not only to be in the presence of the African art collector, Mr. Eric Edwards. Where's Mr. Eric Edwards? He's right here. But to be able to enjoy a great selection of artifacts that he has loaned us at this moment. I'm trying to keep some of it and he's not having it. And we're finally inviting the public back into Borough Hall for one of many art installations and events we plan on offering the people of New York during this administration. I want to thank all of you for being here tonight after a long day of work to help me celebrate more than just our exciting reopening of Borough Hall to the public. When we moved into Borough Hall back in January, I knew I wanted to make this art exhibit happen for so many reasons, and one name came to mind, and it was Mr. Eric Edwards, who has the most renowned collection of African art and historical artifacts in the world, and that collection lives right here in the greatest place on earth, Brooklyn, New York. But further, I wanted to celebrate the rich and diverse African history, art rituals, and heritage that these artifacts represent and continue to be passed down one way or another to younger generations. I felt that it was an obligation, seeing as Brooklyn is home to the largest population of Africans in the United States. It was also something personal to me, to be able to reconnect with my Afro-Latino roots in a different, meaningful way and pay it forward by bringing this exhibit here for the public. History explains that Afro-Dominicans came from West Africa and the Congo in the early 1500s. Imagine the possibility of being able to learn about your ancestors' heritage that far back through art and artifacts. A couple of weeks ago, I had the honor of visiting Mr. Edwards' showroom, where he houses the largest collection of African artifacts here in New York, with more than 3,000 pieces from all over the continent, representing many dozens, if not more, tribes and people. Pieces as old as 4,000 years old. Pieces with profound significance that we continue to be influenced by thousands of years later. I even saw a bit of the Dominican culture and heritage in some of those pieces as he walked me through. I knew I had to bring some of that to the general Brooklyn public. And Mr. Edwards, being that he's from Brooklyn and knows how to spread love, joined me in this excitement. The pieces Mr. Edwards Borough Hall represents three main themes: maternity, music, and awareness. All themes that I'm passionate about and still resonate in today's modern New York City society. Maternity for many reasons. Black women die at 9.4 times the rate of their white counterparts here in New York City. And Brooklyn is the most dangerous place for black women to have babies in all of this city. It demonstrates the work that I'm doing will demonstrate my admiration for women and their strength, but also my commitment to improve their health care, specifically in this case, maternal health, by closing this crisis-level mortality rate that we see in Brooklyn. I have a goal to make Brooklyn the safest place for black women to have babies in 4 years here in New York. And if I am allowed, the safest place for black women to have babies in all of the country in 8. Music, because it's one of my first passions and something that typically brings people together, as you can see here today, in customs and celebration, something we need more of today. I want the young people to listen to the music of old that carried their tribes, to reconnect with African roots that really speaks about culture, heritage, empowerment, strength, not a lot of what we're hearing today, which tends to limit the progress and the strength of the black culture here in New York City. Awareness, because we should always strive to be more aware of each other and our own development and our own coexistence. Upstairs, you will see parts of the artifacts that speak to transitioning, mostly for young men. I thought it would be important because in African culture, the transition was extremely important. It meant that you would take on the responsibility to assist the tribe in its growth and its progress. And I want our young black men especially to be able to see that and to take pride and ownership and understand that they come from a very strong foundation and very strong roots, and that they should carry that with them every day because they are kings. On behalf of all Brooklyn, I thank Mr. Edwards for sharing with all of us the comprehensive, eclectic collection of the most magnificent and incomparable works of African art from all 54 nations of the African continent. A commitment he dedicated more than 50 years of his life to collect. And with that, it is an honor to invite Mr. Eric Edwards up to the podium. Please, a round of applause for Mr. Eric Edwards.
Thank you, Antonio. Thank you, Antonio Reynoso, our new and esteemed Borough President of Brooklyn. And as you can see, he's going to take us to greater heights than we are already. I think that's pretty inherent and obvious, and I thank him to inviting me to open his first major exhibition to the public with the emphasis on marrying the two historical celebrated months of Black History Month and Women History Month. I also thank him for my not having to repeat or restate some of the wonderful things he said about the collection that these pieces upstairs that you'll see shortly represent. But what we tried to create, thanks to his vision, as far as what we wanted to show this evening at Brooklyn Borough Hall, was the importance of women of African ancestry and their major contributions to mankind and civilization, they being the mothers of civilization, because as we know, Africa is the birthplace of civilization. So the purpose is to bring us all together, knowing that whether it's 6 degrees of separation or 12 degrees of separation, we're all connected because Africa is the birthplace of civilization. And these incredible African women are the mothers of civilization. And the artifacts that we are proud and privileged to have within the collection of the museum was selected for this evening to represent their contribution, which is enormous. So, and also the contributions of Africa to world improvement and civilization and advancement. Those contributions that are replicated and evidenced in the artifacts of the collection to tell the story of Africans and their contributions, stories that have not been told through our 400 years of bondage and enslavement due to the transatlantic slave trade. And the purpose of the museum is to show that that is in fact a blip in time and a small indication of what people of Africa have given to the world. What I hope to leave Brooklyn in the time to come is evidence of our contribution, evidence that can raise young children of African descent to aspire to the greatest heights of excellence that they can, as evidenced in the creation of the art that their ancestors created, and also to bring all man and humankind of all ethnic groups together in a common recognition of our evidence of accomplishment and giving to the world from all ethnic groups and peoples. That's what this is really all about, and that is what the museum is about, to put us all in an equal playing field and I believe, and my board members of the museum believe, that's what really will give us true respect, so we can respect each other, because it's what all of us brought to the table, not a few. That's the truth. And we in the museum, in the Culture Museum of African Art, will present that truth by putting voice to the artifacts. That's what we did upstairs, and you'll see that shortly. For each piece that's represented, there are only 24 pieces upstairs from the museum's over 3,000 pieces that date back over 4,000 years at a minimum. But when you see those pieces and when they grab you, you're going to feel like when you walk through the door, and this was my purpose, to feel like you're entering the family of creation of man and womankind. And those pieces will speak to you because we put voice to them, because we articulated in script the narrative to tell you of why they were created, what their purpose is, and how they are utilized to elevate the level of man and womankind in the world. And with that, I would say thank you all for coming. There are things to look forward to from us, thanks to people like Antonio standing next to me and others, where we're going to present this museum to the public, starting as our first step in July at Bedford-Stuyvesant Restoration Corporation. So again, I want you to enjoy the evening. Again, thank you so much for coming, and enjoy the exhibition that we put forth with you upstairs, because Brooklyn is Africa.
One more round of applause, please. Mr. Eric Edwards, stay up here. Now, you want to talk about womanhood and power. I'm about to bring up a very special woman that is my deputy borough president to say a few words. Can I please get everyone's favorite deputy borough president, Diana Richardson, to say a few words.
Good evening, everyone. I am so excited. Mr. Edwards, I just want to take a moment to testify of how long Mr. Edwards has been rallying support for this extensive collection, a true preservation of African history, art, which has really laid the groundwork for everything we know and enjoy today. Brooklyn is Africa, and Africa is all over Brooklyn. And we can see the remnants of that in our music, in our food, in our style, our dress, but most importantly, our swag. Hello, somebody. I just want to say thank you to you, BP Reynoso. I love you. A leader who had vision to know that this exhibit should live here, that the doors of Brooklyn will be open for the people to experience it locally. As you guys go on upstairs, please immerse yourself in the culture. This exhibit will be open from March 10th to the 21st, so do not let this be the last day that you are here. Come back with your friends and your family, and let's continue to keep the doors of Brooklyn Borough Hall open. I say thank you to all of you. God bless. As you can see, Brooklyn is in phenomenal hands.
All right, round of applause. If you know anything about the deputy borough president, you know that that was coming. Hey, listen here, I also want to do something. I just want to thank my staff. You know, to be honest, you're only as great as the people that you surround yourself with. And I just want to say thank you to the people that set this event up from my programs team, the folks in communications that showed up, everyone that stepped up to put this together. It was their first event. They tried their best to make sure that they put this together, and I hope you enjoyed the work that they put forth. And I want to say that even the folks that are not working on this here know that all of Brooklyn Borough Hall, their staff is deeply, deeply committed to making sure that Brooklyn stays the greatest borough in New York City. And I just wanted to give them a thank you for all their work. Can we get them a round of applause? All right, now, the night is not over. The party's still going. You will not be able to bring any drinks or food into the exhibition. So that means whatever you got, it got to go somewhere. But if you want to get a little sip before you go up, more than happy to do that. There's several rotations that can go in. We don't need to all go in at once. But please, no drinks in the room. We have a table upstairs. If you get past the stairwell and you still have a drink on you, please put your drinks at the table. And I think that's it. I'm going to be going up. Oh, and this is a museum etiquette. Don't touch nothing. Don't touch nothing. Somebody's going to call you out if you touch something, all right? Don't touch it. Just look, read. It's going to be a lot of fun. Please don't touch anything. These things are worth a lot of money, and it's taking a lot of time and care to put them where they are. So you can take pictures. Take pictures, put it on your Twitter, your Facebook, your Instagram. Anything you need to do, please do it. And now, whoever wants to go into the exhibit can come and follow me. Thank you all, and remember, spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. Thank you.